I can get software cheaper in Asia, China, Malaysia, Russia, Ukraine. Why should I buy software from you? Hi, I'm Robert Proctor, and for the last 20 years I've been involved in the launch of over 1,000 network marketing companies. Today, only 10% of those companies are still in business. I want to give you some tips and tools to avoid being part of the 90% that failed and be part of the 10% that succeeded. You know, I talk to a lot of companies and business owners every week, and we talk about pricing because the first question everybody asks is, hey, what's the price of your software? And oftentimes we'll get, well, I can get software cheaper in this other country, and many times we hear India, Malaysia, Ukraine, and nothing to say anything negative against those countries. I'm sure you can get cheaper software in those other countries, and that's probably the thing to point to. It's cheaper software, and cheaper means you're going to get cheap. You know, I can go out and get a cheap cup of coffee for 50 cents. I'd rather spend $4.50 and go to Starbucks and get a really good cup of coffee. You know, the old adage of you get what you pay for is extremely true. When you're looking at software overseas, not in the United States, here's some things that you might want to consider. One, how many companies have they actually launched over the last 10, 20, or 30 years? Did they just launch one company, build some decent software and decide to go into the MLM software industry, or is this something that they've done for decades or years? Here's another thing you want to consider also. If you're working with a company that's overseas and you're a US-based company, most of those companies overseas, they're 9, 10, 12 hours ahead of you. What type of customer service are you going to get? What type of response are you going to get? If you've watched my videos, you know it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when there's going to be a problem. As I've said before, you want to create a solid relationship with your MLM software company, and I'm not sure what kind of relationship you're going to get when the company you're working with or considering working with is 10, 11, 12 hours ahead of you. Are they going to be available on weekends? Is it a large company? Is it time and tested, proven software? Is it a language that you can understand when you speak to them? There's a lot of times I'll speak with people overseas, and just because of the accents, there's a language barrier there. So you have to wonder, are they really understanding what it is that you're expecting your software to do?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
A lot of times I get from people that when they were talking to people overseas on software, they always got yes, yes, yes. And then when they launched the software, they found out, oh no, we didn't understand that, or no, we didn't understand that. You know, in our industry today, especially with the internet, everything on time, every time, all the time, we don't get a second chance at a first impression. And your distributors, your customers, they're expecting a really good first impression. So I understand why people are price conscious. We should all be price conscious in what we do these days. Be really careful in your considerations of working with an overseas company. You might want to consider working with a US-based company such as mine. It's been in business for 30 years. We've seen the pitfalls. It's not a matter of if we've had problems. Yeah, we've had problems. It's a matter of what is the relationship that we have with our client? Were we able to resolve those problems? Did we have service and support that was available 24 hours a day, not just on USA times? The internet, the last time I checked, it wasn't 9 to 5, it's a 24-hour business. So just some tips and tools. Make sure that you're getting the right value from the MLM software company you're working with. Make sure you've got a good relationship. Make sure you're going to be able to reach them when there's a challenge. And I hope you got some valuable information from this today. If you did, do me a favor, like it, share it, and hey, have a great day, and we'll talk to you on the next episode.